Hey guys, welcome to Mystery Diagnosis. This one's gonna be gross. This first part isn't part of the condition, it pops up later.
Jackie Romilly gives birth to twins. It's her second pregnancy and her second cesarean section.
I had a very busy life. I loved it. Even having the babies, I worked right up until actually I was in labor.
I wouldn't do
But
that.
after two cesarean sections, Jackie has developed incisional hernias. Her abdominal wall has weakened, causing a visible bulge.
The hernias caused me quite a bit of pain. Any kind of movement, getting out of the car, trying to pick up twins.
Jackie has surgery to repair the hernias. But just 2 days later, Jackie begins to run a fever.
Disinfected.
By the next day, Rick notices that Jackie's suture line is red and swollen, and decides to call the doctor again.
I don't blame him.
In the days that followed, I was noticing that even though I was wearing these very tight, what I would call brass girdles, my abdomen was filling up with fluid.
That's a bad sign.
If I touched it, it actually sloshed around like a water bottle.
Still, 10 days after surgery, the drainage is getting even worse.
And cut through a couple stitches. As he did so, the fluid rushed out of the open wound and sloshed all over him.
I noticed that the wound had appeared like Morse code, flat line,
Weird.
flat line, flat line.
I noticed that there was this huge gash.
I know what this is.
I mean, it was like a tunnel.
When it comes time for the diagnosis, I'm gonna do the medical term for YouTube's sake.
Just remember, my whole body's shaking and my teeth are chattering and I'm just burning up with fever.
You could put apples in there. That's how big the spaces were.
Even before the dressing was removed, one could notice a foul smell coming from the operative site. When I removed the dressing, the lower abdominal wall had two large, open, gaping wounds.
He says, oh no. He says, this infection's been brewing a long time.
And at that point, he said, Jackie, take a look at this. I want you to see this. And he reached inside the wound on my left hip, which was this open gash, and he cut away the tissue out of the wound. And I didn't feel anything.
It's necrotizing fasciitis.
Necrotizing fasciitis. It is an infection that eats away at the soft tissue of the body, killing it as it goes. It's fast-moving, and if not treated quickly, it will literally eat the victim alive.
Just like me, have fun sleeping tonight, because I know you guys like me will be scared.
Jackie is rushed into surgery.
The wound needs to be cleaned and the dead tissue needs to be removed. The dead tissue can act as a real breeding ground for bacteria.
Dr. Pagnosi's immediate priority is to stop the infection from taking over Jackie's entire body. He performs a procedure called debridement.
Debridement is a process whereby you remove all the underlying dead tissue until you can actually see good, viable, healthy tissue.
I was being sarcastic when I said have fun.
And perhaps the most terrifying thing of all is that the bacteria that cause necrotizing fasciitis can be found anywhere.
You may never find a cause. Or you may be healthy one day, be exposed in the proper setting to a certain type of bacteria, and develop an overwhelming infection.
I was gonna say that's why I consider it to be so scary, like all of a sudden you can just be clean your toilet, cut yourself, and you develop it.
Probably began immediately following her surgery. But
That's what I was gonna say. It was most likely caused by her surgery. I use that example not to scare you, but that's the first thing I think of when I think of it is the bathroom, like the toilet, sinks. The reason I thought of that is because the bathroom is one of the dirtiest places.
after 2 surgeries and almost a month in the hospital, Jackie is finally released.
Bless her heart is a Tennessee phrase that is also used in other southern states. It basically means I'm sorry or poor thing. I don't say it often, but you will hear it rarely.
This is excellent. Her wounds are closed and healed. This problem with regard to this infection is now resolved. However, she has been left with a significant amount of deformity and scarring from this infection.
Poor
The first
thing.
time my scars from the surgery stays in my mind. It'll always stay in my mind. Completely eaten away. It looked like a shark bite.
Jackie was very depressed after surgery. She didn't feel good about herself
I don't blame
because
her.
the scars had left her deformed.
I think physically I got better, but emotionally and psychologically, it took me a very long time to heal.
Yeah, that must hurt. I'm talking about mentally.
Slowly, Jackie has adjusted to her situation and
That's
often
good.
seeks out others affected by the disease over the internet. Today, she is the co-founder of the National Necrotizing Fasciitis Foundation. She also co-wrote a book about this deadly infection.
I'm very proud of her for what she did. She turned a horrible situation into a life-saving one for people all over the world.
Good
When
for
she
her.
started that foundation.
If you are experiencing anything that you feel might be abnormal or unusual, put your embarrassment, your shyness, your politeness aside and bring everything up to the doctor. If you are not satisfied with the answers, don't be afraid to stamp your foot. Don't be afraid to make a stink.
You definitely have to advocate. You have to insist on what you want.
The courage of having survived something like this is something that you can take with you and apply it to everything in your life.
Jackie Rom.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell for me having to edit necrotizing fasciitis. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.